Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you, Gaurav. Yes, Jagruti. Thank you very much. Yes. Let's stop the chat. Thank you. Let us stop the chat. Yes. Thank you, Saurabh. I remember in the last session, we have ended with installing Tomcat in all the managed nodes. Okay. So by using APT module, the last module, what we have discussed is APT module. So this is our plan for our today's session. So we have to be familiar with few more modules. We have to be familiar with few more modules. Obviously, as you can see, we'll discuss about file module, copy module, fetch module, Git module, service module, replace module, URI module. So with this, we will be completely, we'll make ourselves comfortable with how can we deal configurations with modules. Okay. And then the second way of performing configurations is by using playbook. We'll experience how exactly we can create a playbook and how exactly we can run the playbook. So we will jump into the second way of performing configurations, that is by using playbooks. So this is our agenda for today's session. Before getting into the practicals of today's session, yes, let's have an interaction. Any questions? Yes, Vakar.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
Controller node is only controlling managed nodes or also can control instances like container, Docker containers. Am I audible, sir?
Docker container can also be controlled. Okay.
Also can.
Yes, can also be controlled. I'm not sure how can we do that, but if the node you're talking about, if a node is a Docker host, agree? If a node is a Docker host, am I right?
There is running multiple
Containers. In that case, it can also do configurations. Yes, I got to know that. Okay. Yes. Anything more, Vakar?
No, sir, thanks.
Thank you. I already have logged into my AWS account. We can see here controller server 1, server 3, all server 1, server 2, server 3. So all the machines are running. So I already have started. So let's have a pictorial representation. We have node 1, node 2, node 3. We have 3 nodes and we have one machine called as a controller machine in which the Ansible is installed. Perfect. Okay. Let's start. Let's connect to controller machine. Ansible 9, sorry. APK, fine, got it. Connected. Let's move on. File module. By looking at the name of the module, you can easily understand what is the functionality. File module is the purpose is to create files and directories on the nodes. It helps you to create files and directories on the nodes. So let's say you want to create a specific file in all the nodes, you can do it by using the file module. Okay. Let's try to understand this particular command. So Anuj, can you understand what this command is doing?
Yes, Sunil. Good evening.
Good evening. So what this command does? Can you understand this?
Yep, it is creating a file.
Yes. Ansible, every Ansible command starts with the keyword.
Right. Ansible
all refers to I want to run this
all hosts
command in all the nodes. Okay. M stands for module. We are using file module. A stands for arguments. If you're creating a file, you need to specify the location. Where do you want to create the file? I want to create the file in the temporary directory. State equal to touch is a syntax which you need to follow if you're creating a file. State equal to directory, you have to mention if you want to create a directory instead of a file. Okay. So let's do this. So when I do this, what will happen? The file gets created in node 1, node 2, and node 3. The response should be in which color?
Yellow.
Node 1, yellow color. Node 2, yellow color. Node 3. Perfect. Yes.
Right.
I don't need to verify things. So you don't need to go to manage node and check whether the file is really existed or not. Shall we verify, Anuj?
We can, or we run the command again. It will not be in yellow color. That is the easiest way.
Let's verify one time. I go to private IP address. Going to a managed node. You can see the file has been created. Okay.
Created. Right.
Exit to come back to controller machine. What this command will help us. It helps you to create a directory. The name of the directory is dir, in the same location. I want to create the directory also. That's okay. So just want to tell you that state equal to touch, which helps you to create a file, state equal to directory, which helps you to create a directory also. Yes. If you want to delete a file, state equal to absent. No matter whatever you're pointing out, whether it is a file or a directory, if you're pointing to file, that file will be deleted. Whereas if you're pointing to directory, the directory will be deleted. Okay. State equal to absent in case if you want to delete a specific file or a directory. Okay. So look at this. State equal to touch, which helps in creating the file. State equal to directory, which helps in creating the directory. State equal to absent if you want to delete either a file or a directory. Next.
Right.
Next. Who am I? We have a command in Linux to know the current user. So I want to know my current user. So who am I is a command. I can see that the current user right now I'm connected is with the Ubuntu user. When I run this command, state equal to touch, as you know, the file gets created in node 1, node 2, node 3.
Node 3.
Okay. Yes. Done. File has been created. I want to go to a specific node. I want to go to a specific node. And no doubt the file will be available. What's the name of the file? File1 was available, isn't it? Okay.
Right.
I want to know more details about this particular file. ls-l followed the file name. What is the file name? File1. You can see the more details about the file. Now, in this, the observation what you get is who is the owner of the file? Ubuntu. What is the file group belongs to? Ubuntu. Okay.
Ubuntu.
Yes. And the permissions is read, write, read, write, read. Okay. Okay.
Right.
So now I want to change the permissions from the controller machine. Changing is nothing, but I want to, at the time of creating the file, you can mention what is the owner the file belongs to, which group that file should belongs to. Mode is nothing but giving the permission. 7 for all permissions for owner, 0 for no permissions for group, no permissions for other. Got it, Anuj?
Right.
Okay. So using this state equal and owner and group, you can specify which user should be the owner. And in fact, Anuj, I hope you understand this command will work only when you have a user Anu in the node, isn't it?
Right.
And the group does it belongs to. So the above command will execute if Anu user and Ravi group is already available.
Right.
I just want to tell you that at the time of creating the file in the node, obviously you can define who should be the owner, which file that what group the file belongs to, and what kind of permissions you want to define for that particular file. You can do it at the time of creating the file module itself. Okay.
Right.
Perfect. Copy module is used for copying the files from the control.
Sunil, before we go to copy, for example, is it possible to edit a particular file? For example, let's take an example, etc security user. If I
Yes.
go over there and I want to modify certain settings that we check, do in our health check, we go and check it out. Okay. For example, permit root login, it was no, and I want to make it yes in all
Okay.
the nodes.
Okay. You want to make some changes to the content present in the file.
Correct.
Agree?
Yes,
We'll
yes,
see it
no,
soon.
something like that. Okay.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
it soon now by
Please.
using the replace module. You want to
Okay.
replace the existing text with some new text
Could be.
technically, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's what.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
we'll see it soon. So copy module.
Sure. Copy.
Copy module is helpful for copying the files. Copy module is used for copying the files from the controller to manage node. Okay. Let's say you have a file. No, let's say you want a file to be created in all the nodes. If you want a specific file to be available in all the nodes, step 1, create that file in the controller machine. Only one machine, that's called a controller machine.
Correct.
And then copy that file in the node 1, node 2, node 3.
Node 3.
So one file can be available in all the nodes within no time by using the copy module. Ansible all module is copy module argument source. Source is nothing but which file you want to copy /etc/password file present in which machine, controller machine.
Right.
Destination, where do you want to copy it? In any location. I'm copying in the temporary file, temporary directory. Sorry, I'm in node. You and I'll exit to come back to controller machine.
Right.
Yes, now I'm in controller machine. Yes, yellow file, yellow. No doubt.
Success.
Node 1, node 2, node 3. Got it?
And by chance, if destination folder is such that other user do not have, we have to use become.
Higher privilege. You're right. Next. In the last session, Anuj, you remember we have ended with installing Tomcat 8 in node 1, node 2, node 3.
Correct.
Technically, once the Tomcat is installed, we want to create a user in Tomcat. We already have learned in Jenkins how can we create a user in Tomcat. There's a file called as tomcat-user.xml file.
Correct.
In that particular file, you need to clearly mention what is the username you want to create and what is the password you want to create for this user and what roles that user should have.
Correct.
So you want something to be happened. You want to create user in Tom. I hope you know already in all the nodes are installed with Tomcat. Now I want to create a user in Tomcat. So what I'll do is that particular tomcat-user.xml file, I create it in my controller machine.
Correct. And replace it.
Copy it.
Copy. I'm sorry. Okay. Copy.
So copy the particular file to nodes. Okay. So first of what I'm doing, I'm creating a file in my controller machine. Okay. Using the editor, the file name is tomcat-user.xml file. Insert mode. Done. Successfully completed. Look at this copy module. How to define the copy module argument, source, which file you want to copy, the file name, destination, where do you want to copy. Generally, tomcat-users.xml file should be under Tomcat 8 directory. Yes. Okay, Anuj.
And -b is become, right?
Become. Because Tomcat 8, I think, will not have write permissions for others. Okay, so that is the reason I have used B so that the file, the command gets executed. Okay.
Right.
So, fine. We already have learned this. Okay. Next. So we have discussed about which module now, copy module. There's one more point I want to bring it to notice when you're dealing about copy module. Before explaining you that point, so look at this, what I'm doing. I am creating a file in my controller machine. So file name can be anything. So I'm writing some content and then I'm creating a file in my controller machine. So we have a cat command, isn't it, Anuj, which helps you to create a file. So
create a file.
Cat greater than, mention the file name. The name of the file what I'm using is new file 1. And I'm writing some content into my file and then Control D to come out of the file. The file has been created. What's the name of the file? The new file 1. Okay. Now I want to look at the permissions of this file now, which I just now created. ls-l followed the file name, new file 1. You can see the file permissions is read, write, read, write, read.
Okay. Correct.
Okay. when we copy the file, we have same permissions in the nodes. I can copy this
Right.
particular file, new file 1 into node 1, node 2, node 3. Yes, even the metadata gets copied. That means even the
Correct.
permissions will also be remained as
Permissions.
is. Okay,
Right.
so I want to copy that particular file to the nodes. Yellow color, the file has been copied. I want to go to a specific node. I am going to a specific node and then ls new file 1 is there. Yes, new file 1 is
Right.
there, ls-l, and new file 1 is having same permissions, read,
Same
write,
permission.
write. Okay, so
Correct.
now at the time of copying, you can also make some changes to the permissions when them copying. Same like when we have learned about user, you can define the password, you can define the same like previous example. So Ansible all copy module, source is nothing but the file which you want to copy, destination where you want to copy, owner you can define the owner. You need not to have the same owner of the file which is present in the confirmation. I'm clearly mentioning the owner should be root. The group
Root.
should belongs to root. Mode is nothing but permissions. 7 is nothing but all permissions for owner, and read write for group, and 0 permissions
Group.
for others, isn't it? Okay.
Right.
So I'll run the same command. Exit. Am I going fast, Anuj?
No, it's okay.
Perfect. It has been changed. Now go to the node. See, full
Yes.
permissions for owner, 0 permissions for others, and root and root.
Others.
Okay.
Correct.
So the file, by default, if you don't mesh with, same metadata information will be copied. Okay. But if you want, you can also change the permissions along with the copy module as per this syntax. You can mention the owner, the group, the mode. Okay. Clear?
Correct.
Clear about this? Yes.
Yes.
Any questions by anybody? No questions? Babatunde, good morning. How are you doing? We cannot hear you. Check your mic settings.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing well. You're calm these days. Any technical questions?
Actually, no. I've been doing hands-on every day by day. So, there's no technical questions. Everything is going well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's like a smooth transfer.
Thank you.
But
I just have to tell you, I really enjoy your class. Like, you're very good at what you do.
okay. What about the speed? Is it okay? I'm going 2 speed. I'm okay.
Well, like to me, it doesn't really matter because after this session, I always go back to the video
Recording, and then you can play it accordingly.
I take my time to just practice and even
So
if I
you
don't
watch
understand
the
something.
recording when you're doing hands-on.
Exactly.
So that's an
what I do.
advantage.
Yes.
Providing session recordings is a very important advantage, and you can refer this after 1 year also at any point of time whenever you want to revise a specific topic, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you, Babat.
Thank you.
Okay. Anuj, one more example of a copy module. Have you observed the difference? In this previous example, this is the previous example. Okay, and this example. Have you observed the difference?
The first one is SRC and
Stands
this
for
one's
source.
source, and this is content.
So what is the difference?
I hope we are copying the contents
Yes.
inside the file.
Source refers to a file present in the control
File.
machine.
Right.
Content is nothing but whatever you write here that gets copied into this particular new file one.
Right.
Okay. Isn't it?
Right.
So if you have any static content, that content may not be available in the controller machine, but you can still write that content and place it in the new file one. Okay. Become for higher privileges. Okay.
Can you run
So,
this?
yeah. You want to see whether the old file is
Yeah.
replaced with the new one.
Because
Isn't it?
this file already there.
Already there, na? View file one, I
Already,
think
yeah.
it's already there.
Already
Yes.
there.
So let's go to a specific manager node.
Perfect. So that means each time I modify this particular file, I want to copy
Obviously,
the
the file gets also modified.
modified.
Let's see.
Will it overwrite or append?
You can
I
see
hope
now.
append.
Anyways, we are reading the file. The new file one, I say I some junk characters, I think. So now it has been replaced. Okay. Anuj,
Yeah, check it out.
the old file, you can see I have read the information, right? It is Sunil.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So old file has been replaced with the new one.
Okay. And next time I modify it, so let's write a Sunil one. Will it get appended or this get overwrite?
Let's run one more time.
Yeah, run it one more time. I hope it may either put one more Sunil, or if it is a single one, then
Your proxy name.
Elias.
Now I don't remember your real name. I go with Anuj only.
Ashwani, no
Other
problem.
life.
No problem. No problem. Anuj attended your previous sessions. So he was.
Okay.
He said, I said, okay, I'll join it. But I was in middle of traffic. I can't say anything. He said, okay, I'll do everything.
Okay. So
You just join.
So let's check.
So first we modify the file current in the controller, then run the command.
It's not the file, it's the content.
Okay. We modify content here, right? Right in
Yes.
place.
Yeah. So what should happen? The older word Sunil should be replaced with Anuj. Yes.
So that
it's not appending.
overwrite.
It's not appending. It's overwrite. Yes.
Replacing. Okay.
Exit to come back to control machine.
We may find option to append as well.
Yeah. Definitely will be there. Okay. Next.
Sunil, edit option you'll please let us know, because that is very much required for my health check point of view. I want to modify certain settings to yes or no. Is it possible?
Yes, this is possible. I'll tell you. Okay. Replace module. Sorry, fetch module.
Fetch module.
Copy is copying the file from the controller to node 1, node 2, node 3.
Node 3.
Fetch is opposite to copy. Fetching is getting the file. Agree?
Right.
Go and get. Fetching is nothing but fetching the files. Okay. Let's say you want to get some files from the nodes to the controller. You can do that by using fetch command. Okay. Okay. I want
if
to go
all
to
files have same name, for example, file 1, file 1, file 1.
I'll show.
Three.
I'll show. Let's go to one specific manager node. All the nodes Tomcat is installed, isn't it, Anuj?
Right.
Now I'm going to specific manager node. Sorry. I go to specific manager node. I go to the location where Tomcat 8 is installed. What is the default port number of Tomcat, Anuj?
8080.
Where it is defined that it should run on 8080?
That in the settings.
Okay. Let's go to the location where Tomcat 8 is installed. It is in /etc Tomcat 8.
etc.
In this particular directory, you have a lot of files related to Tomcat, but I want to look at this particular file called server.xml file. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to open this server.xml file. Okay.
Right.
vi server.xml file. Okay. Permissions denied. Sudo. In that server.xml file, there's something called connector port. So in the connector port, whatever the value you write, that is what the Tomcat runs on. Okay, Anuj.
Correct.
This
Right.
is in this particular file, which file in server.xml file, it is
XML
defined
file.
that the Tomcat is running on 8080.
80.
Clear? Okay.
Right.
Now the server.xml file, and we can get the server.xml file. Now my point is, let's come back to controller machine. So we have server.xml file in node 1. We have server.xml file in node 2.
Node 2.
We also have server.xml file in node 3, because in
Node
all the
3.
3 nodes,
Same file.
because in all the 3 nodes, Tomcat
Tomcat
is
is
installed. Okay. Now
correct.
what I want is, I want the server.xml file from all the 3 nodes to controller machine. Whenever you want to get some files from the nodes to the controller machine, obviously you need to use fetch module. Look at this fetch module. You can easily understand. Ansible all module equal to fetch source. What file you want to fetch? I want to fetch server.xml file. Present is this particular location. Destination. Where do you want to copy it? I want to copy that. I want to copy those files into the temporary directory in the controller machine. Got it?
Right.
Anuj?
Right.
Output yellow color.
Yellow color.
So now the controller machine is having 3 server.xml files. And where is the destination location? Temporary directory. So you can go to the temporary directory. You can go to the temporary directory and you can see that there will be how many server.xml files, Anuj?
3.
3 server.xml files. Okay. Before showing you 3 server.xml files, let's talk with Babat. Yes, Babat, your question.
I have a quick question. Are you going to do Terraform?
That's a different course. I'm upgrading to it.
Or you're upgrading to it? It's going to be a different course?
Yeah.
Do you know when that will be?
I'm planning to do as soon as possible. I'm doing from 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
I will be updating you once I'm ready.
All right. Okay.
I said I have a lot of
Thank you.
pressure in Terraform. Okay.
Okay.
So I will be doing it soon. Are you ready to join if I start?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
You
Okay.
see, I've been following you since I started.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You get the updates in the WhatsApp group, Babat.
Okay.
So Anuj, right now in the temporary directory, when I click on ls, you will find how many files?
3 files.
3 files. How to track which file belongs to which node? There will be 3 server.xml files, right, in the control machine. It's very difficult which file belongs to which node. Agree?
Exactly.
Is it because file name is server.xml
Same.
file?
Right.
But more than that, can a directory will have 3 files with the same name?
No.
That's also not possible. Agree?
Right.
So if you see ls, are you getting 3 server.xml files? No.
No.
What is happening is a directories will be created. 3 directories will be created because we have 3 nodes.
Right.
The directory name is same as the private IP address of the node. Okay.
Correct.
Now, if you go to that directory, you'll find the server.xml file belonging to that particular node.
Definitely.
Got it? How beautiful it is designed, isn't it?
It's perfect.
Go to a specific manager node. Let's complete structure is just CD.
Complete structure is copied.
Yeah. Sorry. CD. So server.xml file. Got it? Okay.
Right.
Of this particular.
So I hope the moment we specified this particular directory, the whole path
has been copied. Yes, yes. Okay. So whatever you mentioned, the complete path has been copied. You can see we find 3 folders. The names of the folders are nothing but the IP addresses of the managed node. If you go to specific node, so that's how you can also relate which particular file belongs to which particular node. You can track it easily, isn't it? Okay. Isn't it, Anuj? Otherwise, it is very difficult for us to track.
So Sunil, but this is will it not create a chaos? Reason being, I'm interested only server.xml and the whole path got copied. All the data which is there in etc, everything got copied.
Yeah, they have no other option. Okay. We need to provide the complete path from the root. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So let's have an interaction. Maheshwara.
Kept this command, am I right? Ansible all, yeah, -m fetch From the controller, am I right?
From the controller, yes, you're right.
Not from individual, not from individual.
Every Ansible command should be executed from the controller machine only.
Okay, but where do you define that actually it has to come from the different
nodes?
Yeah.
Because in the inventory file we have mentioned it, right? Then from which IP addresses it should configure. Do you remember the host file is having 3 IP addresses?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
using
But
that host file, it picks
you,
up the nodes information, and then from that on those nodes the command gets executed.
But if you define source equal to /etc/tomcat 8, it will pick from the all the 3 nodes, is it?
Yes, you are right. It is picking up from all the 3 nodes and copying it into the controller machine.
Same way, copy means it is copying from the controller to the nodes. But
you're right.
Fetch from the nodes to the controller, correct?
Exactly. Copy and fetch are opposite to each other.
Okay, but all the commands, as you mentioned, it should be executed only from the controller machine.
Controller machine, because Ansible is installed only in the controller machine. If you write a command in the node, it will not work also. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Next. Any question, Vakar?
Sir, suppose I have multiple Tomcat servers and I run fetch module, so I will get multiple server XML file, right?
Exactly.
So I need to get some changes in server file. So
you
suppose I want to change some like port. I want to change port 8080 to 909. Right?
So you want to change a value in the server.xml file which is present in the node.
Yes.
Agree?
So yeah. So directly I want to fetch that server XML file to the controller machine, and I want to change here.
Make same changes and then run the copy module again explicitly, isn't it?
Individually.
Other than that, there's a shortcut method that is called as a replace module.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a shortcut way.
Replace.
Vakar, that's a replace module. We'll be seeing it soon. Okay. So perfect. Okay. The next thing, Anuj, client is having a GitHub repository.
Right.
The client wants the code present in the GitHub repository to be cloned. Cloned is nothing but downloading the code from the GitHub repository to all the 3 nodes.
All the machines, right?
Yes. So whenever you want to perform Git related operations, we have to use Git module. Okay. Use it to perform Git related operations in the management. So look at the repository first. So look at the repository. This is repository is having 5 files: 1.java, 2.java, 3.java, 4.java, and 5.java. Okay. So the repository is clearly available. Now, when I use Git related commands, Git Ansible all Git arguments and mention the repository destination where you want to copy those files. I want to copy that files in the destination temporary my Git directory. So what happens? The above command will download the files from the GitHub repository mentioned, and then that will be downloaded into the destination location what you have mentioned. Clear, Anuj?
Right. So for that, my node should be exposed to the internet site, right?
Yes, by default nodes are exposed to internet. Yes, you're getting it.
If not, we can download in controller and then copy.
Yes, you can do that. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Yellow color. I don't need to verify.
Right. Perfect.
Service module for starting, stopping, and restarting the services. You know that the Tomcat 8 is installed in all the nodes. Okay. And I want to restart the Tomcat 8 service. Okay. Technically, restarting Tomcat 8 by connecting to each and every node is a very big time-consuming task, isn't it, Anuj? Whereas here you are doing it on a click of a button. That's it.
Sunil, we will take this example in another way. For example, this every service is restarted. I want to
not every service. You have clearly mentioned what is the name of the service. Tomcat 8. Okay.
Tomcat 8.
Specific service I'm restarting, not all the services.
If service is already started on one node, then I hope it will not
restart it.
Okay.
You have clearly mentioned you want to restart it. Okay. You can say state equal to restarted if you want to restart a service, state equal to stopped if you want to stop a service, state equal to start if you want to start the service. These are
Start the
these are
service.
options. Okay. Next.
Correct.
Yes, Naveen Kumar. Your question, please. We cannot hear you. Naveen, check your audio settings. Hello.
1 second.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So when you are restarting the Tomcat service from the controller, right? In the controller also, it will restart the Tomcat service along with the
Did we
node?
install Tomcat in controller? No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Perfect.
So one more thing, sir.
Yep.
You are going to start the DevOps batch, right? 21st
Next
this
week.
month.
Yes, you are right.
May I know the timing, sir, for that?
11 o'clock India time, morning 11 o'clock.
Morning 11.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sure.
Yep. Now, Anuj, coming back to your point. In the server.xml file present in a specific node, okay,
Right.
you can see the port number in which Tomcat is running. The client
Correct.
requirement is client don't want the Tomcat to run on 8080, client wants to run it on 9090, some other number. Okay.
Correct. Correct.
When we want to change the port number in all the nodes, the scenario you have to use replace module. As the name suggests, replace module is used to replace a specific text. Okay. Look at the command Ansible all. Replace module.
Replace.
The regular expression is nothing but which value you want to replace. I want to replace a value 8080.
Right. What is the REG XP?
A regular expression. That's
Okay,
the syntax. Okay. Which value you want to replace? I want to replace 8080. Replace is nothing but we use new value.
New value.
9090. In which file you want to replace? I want to replace this in the server.xml file present in /tomcat. Become for higher permissions.
Right. Because most of the time we admins have to do this. Sometimes we need to hash a particular service. We need to do this.
Output in which color?
Yellow success.
Yes. Let's check whether Tomcat 8 is responding or not. Take the public DNS :9090. We need to test it, right? Whether Tomcat is running in node 1, node 2, node 3. So let's take it any node. I'm picking up server 3. This is the DNS. We can access using DNS, right, Anuj?
Correct. Yep.
And colon? Sorry.
Public IP.
Yeah, anything you can do that. Colon?
Anything.
The new value what I have replaced.
9090.
So what you should get now?
Congratulations, Tomcat, it started. That page.
We're not getting that. Okay, there's some issue. The point is,
it might take some time.
We will not get the page because we have to restart whenever the port number is changed.
Service, right.
For that again, we have a service module, right? So to replace Tomcat 8. Yes.
Right.
So related operations is always happening in Ansible. Okay. So Fasak. Yellow color. It will take some time. By this time, this will shoot up. Oh, yellow color.
Yellow.
This will take some time. May not be instantly. Yes, it works. Okay.
It works. Right.
The moment it restarted. So do you understand how powerful Ansible is? It saving time? Anuj?
Right. Definitely. Right. Definitely.
And is it a job cutter?
No, in fact, the moment this cloud increase a huge lot of opportunity in other way around.
Yes.
We need to mutate. We need to modify ourselves.
We need to switch our technologies as per the industry is growing. Okay.
Sunil, one more example, if you can show it and maybe figure out. Sometimes we need to add one line over there, something append, or we modify with a hash command with unhash. Is it possible?
Okay. No, yeah, it is possible. What you have to do, there's no append module or something like that. What you know, whatever the file you want to modify it or append it, get that file to the controller, edit that file, and again use the turnaround solution. Okay.
Got it.
Again, copy module gets executed. Okay. Replace module. Okay. URI module, many participants confuse with URI and URL. There's no URL module. There is URI module, user unique resource information. Is used to check whether a URL is reachable or not. You want to check is Facebook is accessible from node or not. Are you understanding, Anuj?
Correct.
You want to check whether node is able to access a particular URL. Okay. Got it? So that is
Right.
possible using URI module. So participants just confused. To check whether a Facebook is reachable from all the nodes, we have this command Ansible all module is URI. In arguments, you have to mention URL. I have seen many participants in the module, they are using URL. That's wrong. Module should be URI. In the arguments, you have mentioned the URL. So I'm taking Facebook. Okay. I want to check whether Facebook is accessible from node 1, node 2, node 3. Yes, green color, but this is successful. Anuj. Okay.
Right. No
Why
change.
not yellow color? Because it is not, we are not making any changes in the node.
Changes.
We are just testing whether that particular URL is reachable or not. Okay, green color and status, you get it as 200. Status 200 is nothing but yes, the URL is perfectly reachable. If you provide an invalid URL, okay. Status will be 0, I think. Okay. Status code was -1, not 200, and you get it in red color. That's how URL is not reachable. Okay.
So now logging to our controller machine, can we check how many, what is the content of this module installed?
What do you mean by content of module?
I mean to say what I see, what all modules are installed in my Ansible controller.
All the modules. Okay. By default, whenever you install not specific modules, you'll get all the modules.
All the modules. And every module, in order to study each module, we need to Google it out.
Lot of time.
Google it out, or there is an option in that help or something.
How many modules
control?
are there in Ansible? There are 750 modules.
Right.
Okay, so we are just picking up frequently used modules, okay, which are very, very important. Okay.
So in order to study the options and other arguments,
the moment you get a requirement, we should be in a position to identify which module should be used by looking at the documentation and then troubleshoot it and figure it.
Documentation from internet side. There is no help kind of command there.
Ansible documentation is there.
In server itself?
No.
Okay, got it. Because the Unix, we got help and something like man pages.
Ansible documentation, docs.ansible.com. Okay, perfect. This is the right site.
Right, got it. Please proceed.
Okay, now whenever a client gives a requirement, don't think that, my dear friends, don't think that, okay, we'll be running one module and just happily sitting back. No, we should perform some related set of actions. For example, client says that, client, look at the client requirement. It's not one activity, it will be series of activities. Look at the requirement. Install Tomcat 8 in all our nodes, and then copy that users.xml file to all the nodes, and then the client wants to change the port number of Tomcat 8 to some other number. And then obviously, if you want the new number to be activated, you have to restart. And finally you want to check whether the Tomcat is reachable or not from all the nodes by using the URI module. So is it one specific command, Anuj? No, you have to perform series of commands. Okay, first you will install Tomcat 8 we're using apt module. Okay, next you want to copy the Tomcat user.xml file, copy module. Then client wants to change the port number, we use replace module, and the new port number to be activated, service module. And again you want to check whether the URL is reachable or not, so URI module, you need to verify it. So like this, for a specific activity, do not think that we'll be running one command and setting back. No, we'll be performing some series of activities. Okay.
Right.
So rather than to perform the series of activities, rather than writing commands, playbooks will become very, very handy for you. Okay. The problem with the commands is commands are capable with only one module with one set of one command. You can use one module.
One module.
And one arguments only. That's it.
Correct.
Let's say you want to install Tomcat, you want to install 5 softwares. You want to install Tomcat 8, you want to install HTTP, you want to install tree package, you want to install Git package. Okay, so if you want to install 10 softwares, you have used 10 commands, Anuj.
Right.
So one module, one command can capable of one module with one set of arguments. Okay, when you want to perform complex configuration activities, this becomes difficult to, you have to write some list of commands. It becomes practically difficult to manage. In such scenarios, we use the concept of playbooks. The second way of performing configurations is playbooks. Playbook is nothing but combination of plays. Play is nothing but specific task. You can relate it to one command. One play is nothing but one command.
One command.
Each play is designed to do specific activity, right? Obviously, each command is designed to do some specific activity. Here we say it as play. The plays, these plays can be created in such a way that it can work on one host, Group of host or all the nodes. Nothing but one machine. It can be group of machines or it can be all the machines.
All machines.
The main advantage of playbook is reusability. There is no concept of reusability in the commands. If you write a command, that's it. The configuration is done. If the client says that please perform the same configuration which you have done it 1 week back, again you have to write the same command. There is no concept of saving the commands. Okay. Like here, like in procedures or methods, we write a method and we save it and we run it whenever we want. Isn't it? In the same way.
Correct.
Here also, what we do, we create a playbook. When client is happy with this particular configuration, we save the playbook. When client says that repeat the same configurations of some other machines, we can do it. Agree? We don't need to rewrite it makes the work more simplified. The main advantage of playbook is reusability, and we will be creating playbooks using YAML files. Anuj, you remember we have discussed YAML files before.
Right.
I think in multi-container architecture, we have created a YAML file and all this. So we come across the same YAML file here. Okay. Let's look at the first example of a playbook. Okay. Any questions? Saurabh 007.
No, sir. I have not.
You're clear?
Yeah, yes.
Thank
sir, I have one doubt.
You said just now you said it's okay, everything is clear.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Then you said one more doubt.
Sir, it's not a doubt. It's about in this online certification is there.
Online certification is nothing, but you want a course completion certificate from our training institute. Is that you're talking about?
Okay.
Or you want a DevOps certification?
Yes, sir. DevOps certification. Is there any online?
No. Unlike in AWS, there is no concept of DevOps certified. DevOps certified professional or something like that. We don't have it because every mod in DevOps is collection of modules. Sorry, collection of tools, right?
Okay.
Every collection is by some third-party organization. Okay, there's no common certification for DevOps, so there's no much importance for DevOps certification point of view.
Yes.
Okay, Saurabh.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Gaurav, how are you?
Hi Sunil, how are you?
Doing well, Gaurav. How are you doing?
I'm good.
What did you do yesterday this time?
Yesterday? Actually, I'm in second shift right now.
Okay. Yesterday at this time, what did you do? There was no session actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what did you do this time yesterday?
Office.
Okay.
2 to 10.
Oh, your shift timings are 2 to 10.
Yeah.
So you're working and parallelly listening sessions, huh?
Yes.
Taking the best of the work from home options, huh?
Yeah.
Advantage of work from home.
Yes.
Yes, Gaurav.
Actually, Sunil, when we replace the port number using replace, there is a SLA impact.
You mean to say downtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, fraction of seconds there will be downtime.
Okay, so there is a no impact, right? In live production, use same method.
Yes.
Okay.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just fraction of second. Anyways, we'll take the call from the client before doing that. Okay. Anything in production, we need to take the call from the client. Okay. You may not need the downtime, but still we need to inform the client. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Gaurav. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
The main advantage of playbooks is reusability, and we create playbooks using the YAML files. Let's explain the first playbook. Okay, so let's create a directory in the controller machine. Whatever we do it in the control machine only. The name of the directory can be anything. So I'm writing it as playbooks. It's not compulsory that you have to name it as playbook. That's fine. Let's enter into the directory. Right now it's an empty directory. Okay, no problem. I'm creating a first playbook. Using VI editor, I'm creating a playbook. The name of the playbook is playbook1.yaml file. Okay. Anuj, try to understand the first example of playbook is very, very important. Okay. Name. This is name of the playbook. Generally, name refers to whenever you look at a name, you should understand what exactly your playbook is performing. So your name should replicate what is the task you're planning to perform. I want to install Git, and I want to clone a remote repository. This is the two things you want to do it. Two activities. You want to install Git and you want to clone a remote repository. If you want to do it in modules, we can do that. We have for installing Git, we have APT module for installing software packages, isn't it? You want to install software packages. So first task, you can do it by using APT module. Once the Git is installed, you can use for cloning the repository. We have Git module. In the arguments, we have mentioned the GitHub repository. So you can, if you want to do this, we have to write two commands. Instead of writing two commands, what I'm doing, I'm creating a playbook. Okay.
Right.
Host all. What does that mean?
All inventory hosts.
Yes, like in Ansible all we write it, right? So in the commands we write Ansible all. That means you can clearly understand it runs on all the machines.
All the
in
machines.
The same way here also, I want to run the playbook in all the machines.
All the machines.
In the task section, we should write the name of the play. How many activities we are doing? Two activities. Installing Git. This is first play.
Right.
Okay, and this is the second play. Okay, two activities. That means we are creating two plays. First activity, which module you are using? APT module. Name equal to Git, state equal to present, update cache equal to yes. This is what we write it in the command, but here we are writing it in the form of YAML format. That's YAML it. Format. Nothing complex or nothing different. It is same. The only thing in the command we write it in a line. Here we follow the YAML indentation. That's the only change.
Right.
Second play, cloning the remote repository. We have a form Git module. Okay, repository. What is the repository you want to clone? Destination where you want to clone. That's it. Am I right, Anuj? So as simple as that. Rather than writing the commands, we use the same syntax only, but you write it in the YAML format. Okay.
Right.
Yes, Naveen.
Sir, there is a lot of difference between ad hoc command and
playbooks.
Playbooks, right? We can have any log file in this playbooks when we run this, because
yes,
in the future
you can refer it. We'll see that. I'll show you how exactly we can have. Okay.
Ad hoc commands is not possible, right?
No, not possible. So always we go for playbooks only. Okay. Preferably. Okay, Naveen. Okay. Okay. So first let's experience how to create a first playbook. So any questions, Anna, Naveen? Clear about the first playbook? Activity is very simple, right? You want this is the play one. This is play two. You are installing Git and you are cloning the remote repository. So let's do this.
Similar to Docker, sir. Similar
something similar to it.
Thank you.
So let's do that. We already have created a playbooks directory. In the directory, I'm creating a file. The name of the file is playbook1.yaml file. Go to insert mode. Save and quit. The playbook has been created. Ansible all playbook1.yaml file. Syntax ---- syntax check, Anuj, to check the syntax.
Right.
Of the YAML file. Okay. Correct. If you have any errors, then you will get the errors. There are no errors. Okay. So not a problem. And to run the playbook, every Ansible command starts with Ansible, and Ansible playbook command starts with Ansible -playbook. The name of the file. What's the name of the file? Playbook1.yaml file. That's the name of the file. Whatever the name you have mentioned here, that I am running it. Okay. So let's do that. Output in which color, Anuj?
Yellow.
Okay.
That's the green.
Yes. Let's understand the result. Let's understand the report. Whenever you run the playbook, what's the name of the playbook, Anuj?
Playbook 1.
Name of the playbook is playbook 1. That's a file name. Here, this is I'm referring to this particular name. Installing Git and cloning the remote repository. Whatever you mention here, that will be in the report. That means you may be the playbook creator, but your colleague, whoever is running the playbook, or client can run the playbook by themselves. They will understand what's happening here in the background. You can see here installing Git and cloning the repository. Whoever is reading the report, okay, they can understand, okay, installing Git is happening and some cloning the repository is happening. So this should be a meaningful information, because so whatever we write here, we should write it from the end user point of view who is running the playbook. Okay. Correct. To understand what activity is happening. Number one. Number two, always the first result will be task section. It gathers the facts. Gathering the facts is nothing but it will understand on which IP addresses it should run. Okay. It always first identifies the inventory. Gathering the facts is nothing but it gathers the IP addresses. It understands that in which machines it should run, and it gathers the IP addresses of the machines.
So this is the default behavior.
That's
of every
the default
playbook.
behavior. Every playbook, you always first gets the name of
Correct.
the playbook, and next it always gathers the fact. Next, play one. What is the we have mentioned here? Install
Git.
That's what mentioned here. Install Git. And you're getting it in green color. That means Git is already installed, Anuj. That's the reason you're getting it in green color. Okay.
Right.
Next, what you're doing, cloning the
repository.
That's what is the next task, cloning the repository. You're getting in yellow color. That means the repository has been cloned.
Cloned.
And clearly finally it will give you the final standard information. That's it. Okay. So you have to be clear that first it will gather the facts. Whenever you're getting it in green color, that means already done. And you can see the individual task happily getting a report. Okay.
Clear? Sunil, once we run the playbook, I hope this particular information gets logged somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'll show you something. Okay. Yes. Yes, Vasant.
Yeah, Sunil, if I want to roll back the place which have been applied on the nodes, how do I do that?
You want to roll back these changes, right?
Yep.
No, you cannot do that, Vasant. Okay. There is no concept of undoing it, Vasant. Okay. So it happens.
But if something goes wrong,
you have to uninstall it. That's the only thing what you have to do. Specifically, if it is software, we have to uninstall it. If it is specific configuration with respect to file, you have to delete it or whatever it is. You have to handle modules again. Okay.
Actually, during the apply, it may apply on some nodes and it may fail.
Okay.
And some other nodes
So few modules may successfully run, few modules may not run. In that case, we can go for exception handling concepts. Okay, Vasant, I think you're talking to that.
Yeah.
If activity 1 does not happen, you want to perform all other related actions, isn't it? That's called exceptions. Okay, Vasant, I'll show you. We'll see that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. How are you, Krishna Rao?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Doing well. How is your learning going on?
Yes, going. I was revisioning AWS right now.
What about DevOps? I think you have joined DevOps. You have not started, right?
Not started.
Okay.
Actually, we are installed the Git or Tomcat by using attack commands.
And all this Docker, whatever you have learned, you have not practiced, Krishna?
Just practice, but not revisioning. Practice is done.
Okay. Good.
You're installing Git or Tomcat by using attack commands and playbooks. So it can be installed in 3 nodes. But what you install also controller?
No. Anything happens on the nodes only. Nothing will be installed in the controller machine.
Only the nodes.
It happens only on the nodes, not in the controller machine. Tomcat is not installed on the controller. It happens only on the nodes. Okay, Krishna.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's how. So we have experienced how to create a playbook and we have experienced how to create a playbook. We have exposed towards the playbook. More options related to playbook, we will discuss it tomorrow session. Tomorrow we'll learn how can we perform related actions. This is the first example. There are many more examples to be discussed. We can use variables inside the playbooks. Okay, so that's what the new interesting concepts of the coming session. Okay. Any questions?
Sunil, can you paste the WhatsApp group, the new batch?
Yeah.
In the morning, I forgot to copy.
1 minute. You're from which location, Anuj?
I'm from Dwarka,
Delhi.
NCR, yes. The way you deliver is fabulous, Sunil. Even the trainers join your call to get motivated.
Frankly speaking, other trainers are also using same examples only in the market.
No. Actually, Sunil, the thing is that everybody is serving the same dish. The way they serve, the way you teach, makes this difference.
Yeah.
Even the person who has no knowledge, even the person who is having 15 years of experience, they all are getting. That is your capability and your quality, which makes you
other institutes are also. I have happened to see the recordings.
No. I have seen many one. But your delivery is different.
Yeah. It's everyone will have their own style.
God bless your capabilities.
Thank you
very much.
You can pick up it from the chat box now. Okay?
Sometimes it doesn't allow copy.
Click it on the URL. I mean, are you attending from mobile?
No, from laptop. Initially, I was having a mic issue. That's why you were saying to Anuj. Now it's fixed.
Oh, okay.
But now it's fixed. Now switch to laptop.
Yes, Naveen.
Sir, I have one.
Yes, I mean.
Earlier, we had 2 projects, right? Implementing multi-tier web application and building a fully.
Yes.
So I'm not fully understand with the other instructors, sir. Could you please explain by you, sir, one more time? The same project.
The same project. Okay. Okay.
Because just now Anuj said we didn't understand the other instructor the way of teaching.
Okay, but at the same time, we cannot say he's not right or something like that. He's having its own style.
I'm not right, because your teaching is very good. Actually, it's very easily understandable.
Okay. I'll try to frame a project and okay.
Sunil, Vasanthi, I have
Yes,
one more question. Yeah, if I want to attend the new batch of your DevOps, do I need to pay again?
No. You can repeat it. You have to send an email to our support team saying that I want to also attend this new batch. Okay. So our team
I
will
missed
send
few
you.
classes. That is.
Yeah. You can miss the only limited classes, or if you want, you can repeat the complete class again. Okay, it's up to you. Vasant, you have to send an email so that we'll send you the Zoom registration link. That's the only thing what is expected. Okay, you have to send an email saying that I want to also attend the new batch. This is DevOps batch 80. Mention that I want to attend DevOps batch 80. And revise the concepts. That's it. Our team will send you the link. You can attend both this batch and then the morning batch. Okay, new batch also.
Sure. Thank you.
Anuj, are you able to take the chat logs?
Yeah, I am able.
Did you join?
Yeah, I just forwarded it myself so that I can join it.
Okay, because again, when we get an error saying that the group is full or something like that. This group maintenance is also becoming challenging.
Yeah, join group. Yes, I want to forward it to the folks who want to just be interested in joining.
Yes, Shivani. Good evening, Shivani. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Shivani. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just wanted to ask you one thing, if I would be having any kind of doubt, like I can see that hardly after 2 to 3 class, like this DevOps class will be completed, right?
What is completed?
Like, no, I'm asking only 45 sessions needs to be done for DevOps, right?
Yes, approximately.
Yeah, my question is that if I would be having any kind of doubt, so
after completing the course.
Yes.
After completing the course, if you have any doubts, you can mail me, Shivani. Okay.
Yeah, because my working hour shift is very different. So for me, continuing both the things, it's making me little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
That's the thing.
As one of my friends said, one of our participants said, you can also repeat, Shivani, in case if you miss specific concepts, or you can also mail me if you have.
And it also goes same for the AWS as
well.
Yes,
AWS is anyways publicly open, right? It is free.
Okay. Then.
The link is available to public. Okay, so there's no restriction at all. Okay, Shivani.
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay then, thank you. Okay, Anuj, did you join?
Yep, I joined. Thank you.
Thank you all. See you tomorrow where we'll learn more about playbooks. Thank you very much.